Trucks used to just haul cargo from point A to point B. The industry has quietly moved past that. Engineers are now solving problems that have gone unfixed for decades, from crush injuries in loading yards to rollovers on soft ground. And they're doing it with machines that already exist and already work. These aren't lab concepts. They're on the road right now, and what they can do will genuinely surprise you. Let's count down 15 of the wildest. Number 15. UD trucks push toward automated coupling. Hitching a heavy trailer is one of the most dangerous parts of a driver's shift. It means stepping out of the cab, dropping landing gear by hand, wrestling stiff airlines into place, and standing in the exact crush zone where a small alignment mistake can end badly. UD Trucks has been chasing a fix for years as part of its own automation roadmap, and the company has laid out a step-by-step push toward automated coupling and low-speed self-driving functions in yards and confined logistics areas. One quick note on this one. The exact demo tractor isn't independently documented in trade press yet, so take the specific model name with a grain of salt. But the technology itself is very real, and auto coupling is one of the fastest growing categories in trucking right now. It's easy to see why. Getting a driver out of that crush zone entirely removes one of the industry's oldest, quietest sources of injury. Number 14. Cometto's BladeMAX 1000. Wind turbine blades now regularly stretch past 250 feet, and getting them from a coastal port to a mountain wind farm means threading something rigid and enormous through switchbacks it was never designed to clear. Cometto, part of the Faymonville Group, built the BladeMAX 1000 specifically for this problem. It clamps onto the root of the blade like a giant hydraulic hand and tilts it up to 60 degrees while rotating it a full 360 degrees around its own axis, letting the whole structure swing clear of obstacles that would stop a conventional flatbed cold. It's already proven itself outside the showroom too. During a recent South Korean wind farm build, operators used the BladeMAX 1000 mounted on Cometto's self-propelled modular trailers to move 85-meter, 28-ton blades through terrain with genuinely difficult access. And Cometto's own product line confirms the BladeMAX platform was purpose-built for exactly these kinds of blade lifting missions. Number 13. Hendrickson's TIREMAAX Pro LB. Tire pressure sounds boring until you realize it's one of the biggest hidden costs in trucking. Underinflated tires burn extra fuel and risk blowouts. Overinflated ones wear out early. And a trailer's actual weight can swing from 80,000 pounds loaded to nearly empty on the return leg. Hendrickson's TIREMAAX Pro LB solves this by building the correction directly into the axle. The system automatically adjusts tire pressure based on real-time axle load, inflating, relieving, and equalizing pressure across every wheel position as the load changes. That's a meaningfully different approach than older systems, which could only pump air in and never let it back out. And this isn't some minor tweak either. Trade coverage of Hendrickson's original TIREMAAX platform noted it was the first system in the trailer industry capable of both active inflation and active deflation at every wheel, a distinction that still matters because most competitors still can't do both. Number 12. The Pavelli low loader platform. Moving something wide, top-heavy, and expensive, like an aircraft or oversized industrial equipment, punishes a standard flatbed almost immediately. Overhead clearance becomes a constant threat, and any lateral shift in the cargo's weight can be catastrophic. Pavelli, an Italian family manufacturer that's been building trailers since 1930, answers that with drop-deck platforms that ride just inches off the pavement, buying every extra inch of vertical clearance under tight highway infrastructure. The company builds every trailer around the customer's specific transport need rather than offering one-size-fits-all designs, which is exactly the custom engineering this kind of oversized, delicate cargo demands. One quick honesty check. No dedicated press coverage of a helicopter transporter model turned up in this research, so think of that specific detail as a snapshot of what Pavelli's low-profile platforms are capable of, not a confirmed named product. Number 11. The FGM Railway Configuration. Moving a full-sized railway car or tall industrial machine by road runs into the same brutal math every time. The load is too tall to clear a standard overpass, and there's no legal way around that except dropping the deck lower. FGM Trailers, a family-run Italian manufacturer based in Frosinone since 1964, builds exactly that solution. The company's dedicated railway configuration uses a loading platform with rail-fitted rear ramps and hydraulic pull winches, so trains, trams, and other railway vehicles can be loaded and unloaded efficiently despite their unusual geometry. And every FGM model can be customized into this railway spec on top of the brand's standard telescopic, multi-axle low-loader range. Dropping the cargo floor to the legal minimum is really the whole trick here. It's the same core idea that lets these trailers squeeze oversized machinery under infrastructure that would trap almost anything else. Number 10. Side dump industry's sideways tip. The classic dump truck design hasn't really changed in a century, and it has one obvious flaw. Raising a loaded bed straight up shifts the center of gravity sharply upward, and one soft patch of ground under a rear tire can roll the whole rig. Side dump industries fixed this by changing the direction of the dump entirely. Instead of tipping backward, the company's trailers use dual hydraulic cylinders to rotate the tub sideways, keeping the center of gravity low throughout the entire process, and using a 50-degree dump angle that's noticeably steeper than most competing designs. Because material releases along a long sidewall instead of a narrow rear gate, operators can also inch forward while dumping, laying material in a continuous line for jobs like pipeline backfill instead of one pile at a time. Number 9. Ekeri's band-up side loading. Parking a delivery truck on a narrow European city street and swinging open rear doors without blocking traffic is nearly impossible. So Ekeri, a Finnish trailer manufacturer, rebuilt the entire loading concept around the side instead. Its band-up system lifts and secures the internal cargo straps up near the roof the moment the side opens, so they never dangle in the way of forklifts working the load. One removal company that switched to the design found it cut daily handling time meaningfully just by letting workers access any pallet from the side rather than digging through the load from the back. Multiple doors along the length of the trailer mean forklifts can pull up right where they're needed on a tight street margin, swap pallets in seconds, and clear out without disturbing anything else on board. Number 8. Tatra's Phoenix 16x16. Most trucks assume a paved road exists somewhere nearby. In deep mining, oil exploration, and Arctic construction, that assumption falls apart completely, which is exactly where Tatra's Phoenix 16x16 earns its reputation. Instead of a conventional frame, Tatra builds around a central backbone tube that houses the drivetrain and connects to independently swinging half-axles, a design the company says increases rigidity and driving stability across rough terrain far beyond what a standard ladder frame chassis can manage. The 8-axle, 16-wheel version takes that concept to its extreme, and it's not just a spec sheet flex either. Tatra recently built a bespoke 16x16 version specifically to carry a Bronto Skylift aerial platform, reaching over 100 meters for a project in Australia, proving the platform still gets picked for jobs nothing else can handle. Number 7. Isuzu's Giga Safety Overhaul. The Isuzu Giga isn't flashy, but its safety evolution over the past several years quietly changed what a heavy-duty truck is expected to do on its own. Beyond the usual ABS and stability control, the newest Giga became the first heavy-duty truck in Japan to include a wheel detachment prediction system as standard equipment, catching loosening wheel nuts and warning the driver before a wheel actually comes off. That's a real and growing danger in commercial trucking, not a theoretical one. And the 2026 update pushed further still, since the truck now offers pre-crash braking that also works while turning, actively watching for pedestrians and cyclists hidden in blind spots during a turn, rather than only reacting to hazards straight ahead. Number 6. Kinedyne's K-Track system. Loading mixed freight is a constant puzzle, because every pallet and crate has a different shape and center of gravity, and older securement hardware forces drivers to keep swapping fittings to match. Kinedyne solved that with K-Track, a single modular rail combining E-Track, F-fitting, and the company's own patent-pending multi-purpose anchor point into one continuous track built into the trailer wall. Instead of hunting for the right anchor hardware every time the cargo changes, drivers can snap almost any strap or fitting in anywhere along the rail without swapping tools. That flexibility saves real time on loading docks, and it means fragile electronics and heavy machinery can be secured with the exact same track without switching hardware between them, which is a small change that adds up fast across a full day of mixed deliveries. Number 5. Krampe's THL 25L Hooklift. Construction and agricultural operations live and die by how fast they can swap between different container types, and Krampe built the THL 25L specifically to make that switch painless. The trailer's chassis uses large-volume rectangular steel tubing that's fully sealed against cracking, paired with a hydraulic container locking mechanism, standard on all of Krampe's Hooklift trailers, letting operators lock a container into different positions or handle containers of varying lengths without fighting the old DIN locking standard. Air suspension keeps the ride smooth even off-road, and a low hitch position with a slim drawbar gives the whole rig a genuinely tight turning circle for something rated to carry 25 tons which matters enormously on cramped farm access roads and construction sites where a wide turning radius simply isn't an option. Number 4. Kässbohrer XL and XLS Curtainsiders. Long highway hauls put curtain-sided trailers through serious lateral stress, especially in crosswinds or sharp turns, and a standard curtain simply bulges outward under that pressure. Kässbohrer's answer is certification-backed engineering rather than just a thicker tarp. Every Kässbohrer curtainsider meets EN 12642 Code XL standards across its upper structure, meaning the reinforced frame and pre-tensioned curtain itself functions as a structural wall capable of supporting tightly packed cargo. The XLS version pushes that further, since it delivers the same XL certification without needing side planks installed between the middle pillars, letting the curtain slide open for faster access while still meeting the same load-securing standard. Number 3. Palfinger's ST 14 Skiploader. Dense city streets make container pickup miserable, since containers are rarely dropped exactly where a truck needs them, and drivers end up blocking traffic while repositioning again and again. Palfinger built the ST 14 to remove that friction. Its defining feature is a pair of asymmetric telescopic arms that extend and move independently of each other, letting operators pick up containers even when they're badly misaligned or sitting at an angle on an uneven curb. Rated for 18 to 21-ton chassis and containers up to 14 tons, the whole system runs off a radio remote so the driver can stand well clear of the truck and guide the load around low branches or tight corners with a clean line of sight the entire time. Number 2. The harsh Renault HH26. Lifting a loaded skip container off the ground and dragging it onto a chassis puts enormous strain on a truck's frame, and traditional hook loaders raise the container high during that process, which makes the whole rig unstable on soft or uneven ground. The harsh HH26 fixes that with a low-profile Z-frame arm geometry that keeps the container close to the chassis throughout the lift. One waste operator's HH26, mounted on a Scania 8x4 chassis, is built to the CHEMTS 17 industry standard and delivers a full 26-ton lift capacity with a fast loading cycle and high stability on the open road. It's flexible across chassis brands too, since fleets have paired the same HH26 hookloader body with variable width sheeting on 8x4 chassis to handle everything from low-sided rubble bins to larger general waste containers. Number 1. Marcolin's retractable covering system. Open top loads, whether gravel, scrap, or construction debris, need to stay covered without slowing down every stop along the route, and manually tarping a truck by hand is exactly the kind of task that eats a driver's whole day. Marcolin Covering, an Italian company with more than 50 years in the transport covering business, builds retractable systems engineered around that problem specifically. Its lineup includes hermetic covers with automatic windproof lashing that lock a tarp's L-shaped hooks into sidewall eyelets the instant the cover closes, preventing wind from lifting the tarp mid-transport, along with dedicated retractable systems built for three-way tippers and roll-off open-top containers. Quick correction for the record, some sources list this brand as Marcolin, but that name doesn't match any real trailer covering manufacturer. Marcolin is the actual company behind this kind of system, and the credit belongs there. That's 15 machines that prove the truck industry isn't standing still. It's rebuilding itself piece by piece, quietly fixing problems drivers have lived with for decades, from crush injuries in the yard to rollovers on soft ground. Which one of these would you actually want to operate? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.